Hi guys, Jake here, bringing you another Lent 40-40 challenge video for today. Today's day 20. We are moving on to Jonah 1 today. And I was telling you guys yesterday how I feel like lately I have been in the lion's den, much like Daniel was back in Daniel 6. And I'm here to tell you today that hasn't changed. So it's a little bit later that we're getting this video posted. I think it's about 3 o'clock. I woke up this morning and went out to my truck to find my headphones and some other stuff that I usually use to record these videos, and I couldn't find my headphones for the life of me. I was thinking I might have left them on a job site or something like that, and was just scrambling this morning, not really feeling prepared for the day. Ended up having to go off to work to get to my job, not having this video recorded, not really feeling like I was ready. And I got in my truck and some stuff was weird, like my center console was open, which I normally close that when I'm done in there for the end of the day. And like some of the things were not where I had remembered leaving them, which was weird, but I was like, I don't have time for this. I'm just going to work, and I got to work, and one of my guys, he's a cigarette smoker, and so he asked me for a lighter because his lighter was out, and I went into my truck where I normally keep a lighter for just this kind of moment, and I couldn't find my lighter this morning, and I was like, man, sorry, like I'm just off today, like don't really know what's going on, just like things are wrong. I don't know what it is. And I got home here today and was just like thinking through the day and like what's going on and where am I at, and it was like, okay, let me just try to start from the very beginning. And I was going through and thinking about like all my stuff, and I was looking for my headphones again as I was thinking about it, and I was like, I can't find them anywhere in the house. They're not in my truck, they're not in my Jeep, like they must be like, and I have a tag on them that like you can click a little button on this remote that I've got and it'll make a beep noise. And so I'm like listening for the beep and I can't hear anything and I can't find my lighter. So I come to realize I forgot to lock my truck last night, and I park in the street in Akron. And so I just got this sneaking suspicion, and I was scrolling through, we have a doorbell camera. I was scrolling through the doorbell cameras for last night, and around 2 o'clock in the morning, someone opened the front door of my truck, the driver's side door, reached inside, rummaged around for 30 seconds or so, and then left. They took my headphones, they took a lighter, and they took a handful of pocket change. But that's my work truck, and there's a lot of company tools in there, and some expensive equipment, and a lot of valuable material in that truck. And they took like 47 cents in change, and a $20 pair of headphones, and a $2 lighter. So when I realized what had happened, I was thanking God for delivering me from that lion's den again. Just another example of God providing, both for me in the fact that my stuff wasn't gone, and for that guy. I don't know who the fellow was, but I hope he got the change he needed and the lighter, and I hope he enjoys some music on the headphones, So apologies if today's audio quality is a little bit worse than it's been the last few. I'm out my pair of headphones that I normally use to record, and you're just getting the raw audio file here off my phone because it has been a heck of a week. So anyway, we are on to day 20 here of our Lent 40-40 challenge. We are on Jonah 1, and let's get on here to our reading. Jonah flees the presence of the Lord. Now the word of the Lord came to Jonah, the son of Amittai, saying, Arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and call out against it, for the evil has come up before me. But Jonah rose to flee to Tarshish before the presence of the Lord. He went down to Joppa and found a ship going to Tarshish. So he paid the fare and went on board to go with them to Tarshish, away from the presence of the Lord. But the Lord hurled a great wind upon the sea, and there was a mighty tempest on the sea, so that the ship threatened to break up. Then the mariners were afraid, and each cried out to his God. And they hurled the cargo that was in the ship into the sea to lighten it for them. But Jonah had gone down into the inner part of the ship, and had lain down and was fast asleep. And so the captain came to him and said, What do you mean, you sleeper? Arise, call out to your God. Perhaps the God will give us a thought to us, and we may not perish. And they said to one another, Come, let us cast lots, that we may know on whose account this evil has come upon us. So they cast lots, and the lot fell on Jonah. And they said to him, Tell us on whose account this evil has come upon us, and what is your occupation, and where do you come from? What is your country, and of what people are you? And he said to them, I am a Hebrew, and I fear the Lord, the God in heaven, who made the sea and the dry land. Then the men who were exceedingly afraid said to him, "What is it that you have done?" For the men knew that he was fleeing from the presence of the Lord because he had told them. Then they said to him, "What shall we do to you that the sea may quiet down for us?" For the sea grew more and more tempestuous. He said to them, "Pick me up and hurl me into the sea. Then the sea will quiet down for you. For I know it is because of me that this great tempest has come upon you." Nevertheless, the men rowed hard to get back to dry land, but they could not, for the sea grew more and more tempestuous against them. Therefore they called out to the Lord, "O Lord, let us not perish for this man's life, and lay not on us this innocent blood, for you, O Lord, have done as it pleased you." So they picked up Jonah and hurled him into the sea, and the sea ceased from its raging. Then the men feared the Lord exceedingly, and they offered a sacrifice to the Lord and made vows. And the Lord appointed a great fish to swallow up Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. Thus ends the reading of Jonah 1. I wish I got to read more than Jonah 1 today, honestly. It's a little bit short. Sorry, I had to clear a phone call I had coming in there. It's a little bit shorter of the story than I was hoping to get to read. It ends at him getting swallowed by the whale. Jonah was running from God. He was directly called by the Lord to go to to go to Nineveh and deliver the message of God to the evildoers who were there. Here's another good reason to keep your book on you. Here's a spoiler alert. He does eventually follow what the Lord wants him to do. The whale spits Jonah up onto dry land after 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the fish. He spits Jonah up. In one of the versions, it says he vomits him onto dry land. And how often are we running from God, or even maybe not actively, maybe passively, we're not actively running to God, and in that we're running away from him, So I guess my prayer for today is that we would run to God and not away from him. And for me specifically, continuing on from yesterday, I pray that if you're still in the den of lions, that you continue to have faith that God will deliver you, and maybe it's a big fish that you're waiting on to be delivered by God. Amen.